Hey there, welcome to Main Street Living. I am Cheryl Nelson.
I'm Brandy Paul.
And I'm Valerie Tutson.
It is the ladies' hour today. Happy to be here. So excited, you guys. And today we're going to be focusing on giving back to the community. And a lot of us love to make our mark and leave a legacy in some ways. What are some ways that you ladies are doing that?
You know, I love being involved in our neighborhood. I'd like to think we have the best neighborhood in America, in Nebraska, the Omaha area. So we bring in a lot of neighborhood food trucks in our city. It's a way to try new foods every week. And while you're waiting for your food, you talk to your neighbor. It's my summer highlight. I love doing it. We bring a lot of good business to local businesses and we get to meet each other. It's awesome.
That sounds so fun. I love getting involved with the nonprofits that are doing good work in my community. I work with a lot of arts organizations. I work with folks that are feeding people right now. We know that people really need help, getting food on their table, and there are a lot of places doing good stuff.
Definitely. And can you ladies guess how I like to give back?
I'm thinking furry creatures with 4 legs.
You know me all too well. Yes. Oh my gosh. We're going to explore that coming up a little bit later in the show. But you know me, my heart is so big. I love people and I love animals too. And I've got my 4 rescue cats, and it's just a great way to give back. And that's what I love about humanity, because everybody has their own organization or their own cause they like to give back to.
Awesome. And sometimes it's the things that connect us as well that really resonate. For example, I'm kind of a sci-fi nerd. So we have a great story coming up for anyone who connects with me on that level.
And for me, singing in community is life-changing. And we're going to meet a teacher who is helping teenagers, high school students do that in such a remarkable way.
I love that. And of course, for me, it's the animals, and we will explore ways to be kind to animals today. And up next, we'll explain how Pilots to the Rescue are spreading their wings to help.
Welcome back. Whether or not you own a pet, it's hard to dispute the positive impact we know that animals can have on our lives.
Oh, yes. And by now, you all know that I am a dedicated animal lover and a proud cat mom to 4 spoiled rescue kitties. And recently, I was invited to tag along on a very special rescue mission with Pilots to the Rescue.
So let's take a look at this incredible group of volunteers who arranged a life-saving journey for a plane load of beautiful cats.
Love. It feeds our souls. It's that warm, fuzzy feeling we all crave. No matter who we are, where we come from, or what we look like, one thing is constant, and that is love. As much as humans need this basic emotion, our companion animals crave love too. Michael Schneider, pilot and Animal Angel, as I'll call him, founded the nonprofit, volunteer-driven 501c3 organization Pilots to the Rescue in 2010. His mission? To not only rescue animals from potential euthanasia at overcrowded shelters, but also to inspire others.
We help create awareness. This is a novel concept, transporting animals with a plane. It's not something you hear about all the time. If I can inspire someone to focus on doing what they really are passionate about, that creates a little transformational shift in our world. We're all connected.
Thanks to Michael and his group of volunteer pilots, many animals whose time may have otherwise been up now have hope.
You're okay.
As a cat mom of 4, I jumped at the opportunity to go along on a cat rescue mission with Pilots to the Rescue.
Hi! Are you Bobby?
I'm Bobby.
Nice to meet you.
You must be Cheryl.
Yes.
Bobby Aronson is a volunteer pilot with Pilots to the Rescue. And the reason he volunteers his time to save animals is simple and comes from the heart.
It's a great, harmonious, symbiotic relationship, we have with these animals. So it's special.
Today's mission is to rescue cats in need from several rural animal shelters in North and South Carolina. After completing routine safety checks, we settled into the Piper Saratoga aircraft's cockpit and we were airborne. Destination, Asheboro, North Carolina.
In southern states, counties, it's very hard, difficult. Yeah, there's so many cats and kittens there. Nobody will go get one or just go adopt one. Very few adoptions take place, if any. There are too many running loose that you could go pick up and just carry home with you. You know, you don't need to go adopt one. Most people there don't spay and neuter, which makes the problem worse and worse and bigger and bigger and bigger.
Oh my gosh. Now we are in Asheboro, North Carolina, and we are transporting 30 cats and kittens, giving them a second chance at life and an opportunity to find love.
It's the greatest thing ever. And we just have people that cry when they leave, and just knowing that they're not going to grow up in a shelter.
It means everything to me to get some out. I love cats, and I don't want to see them die or be discarded. Dillon's a small town, and there aren't many fosters, and you can only keep so many, you know, at your house. So we have to get them somewhere, and this is a godsend for us.
As we secured our precious feline cargo in our plane, nervous meows and hisses came from their cat carriers. However, it brought comfort to know that soon these cuddly cats and kittens would be purring in the arms of their new fosters and adopters in New England.
Thank you, Pilots to the Rescue!
As Bobby fired up the engine, the cats became surprisingly quiet. But the bravest of them all was a beautiful, fearless calico kitten who spent most of the flight on my warm lap.
Made it to Westboro to check on the kitties. Oh my goodness!
Although there was a chill in the air, our hearts were warm because our fuzzy felines handled their first flight like champs. As we unloaded our precious cargo, a modern-day Catwoman superhero from Cattails Animal Rescue in New Hampshire arrived on the tarmac to help get our cats to safety.
We put a lot of time, love, money, and just investment into them, you know, but it's blood, sweat, and tears.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And we don't get paid for what we do.
Rescuing animals is a labor of love, and Cattails helps to give cats in particular a voice.
Cats are grossly underrepresented, and that's when I knew I had to help cats. Because for every 5 dog rescuers, there's 1 cat rescuer. And it broke my heart.
A piece of Amanda's heart now belongs to Pilots to the Rescue.
They have saved me this year alone probably about 40,000 miles on my car from trips that I normally would make down south. What they're doing for animals and changing the animal transport scene is incredible.
With wings outstretched, they are angels in the sky, making it possible for our companion animals to receive the most fundamental needs.
They want nothing from us except to be loved and fed. You know, a lot of things. The biggest reward is when you match a cat up to their human.
While adoption may not be an option for everyone, there are simple actions that anyone can take to help cats in need.
They can talk to their legislators. They can demand change. They can push for people to take care of their animals better, push for stronger spay-neuter laws and programs, donate to their local shelters, offer to volunteer.
With fuel prices on the rise, Pilots to the Rescue would not be possible without generous donations from supporters. If paw prints have left a mark on your heart, please visit pilotstotherescue.org to learn more about how you can make a difference.
The more people that know about Pilots to the Rescue, the more animals we'll be able to save, and the more missions we'll be able to do.
That was awesome. And Cheryl, what I want to know is, did that cute calico become baby number 5?
Oh my goodness. Oh, I wish I wanted to adopt that kitty so bad. My husband has set a limit of 4 cats, but I can tell you that I heard from the folks at Cattails in New Hampshire, every single one of those cats and kittens has since been adopted or fostered.
Yay.
Yes, how amazing is that? And if you want more information about Pilots to the Rescue, please visit pilotstotherescue.org.
Great story and great job, Cheryl. Well, up next, more ways that we can all be kind to animals.
Welcome back to Main Street Living. Now, food culture has never been bigger than it is right now. But today's foodies are more than just people who like to eat.
That's right. The new food culture encompasses so much more. Today's foodies want meals that taste good, they're healthy, but also that they're socially, environmentally as well responsible.
This is right up my alley, and Diana Edelman is on a mission to prove that the foodie culture is the perfect, delicious place to be vegan, just like I am. Take a look.
My name is Diana Edelman, and I am the founder and CEO of Vegans Baby. Vegans Baby is a multifaceted project that I started in 2016 that's designed to help make vegan food and vegan life more accessible and approachable and show people that they're not missing anything by going vegan. I have a travel blogging background and a PR background, so I decided I would start a site that basically would follow me as I went and ate food around the city and showed people what was vegan and where we could find vegan food. Since then, it has grown to be not only a site, but I now curate tours around the world. I have a vegan dining month. I've expanded to multiple cities. And every year I put out the Las Vegas Vegan Dining Guide, which covers about 45 different categories of the best vegan food in Las Vegas. Being vegan means you are doing your best to cause no harm to other living things. So it is everything from not consuming animal products and animal byproducts to what you wear, to the products you use in your daily life, hair, shampoo, makeup, nail polish. It's a lifestyle that doesn't involve animals and animal byproducts. So there's three main reasons people go vegan. They go vegan for the animals, they go vegan for the environment, and they go vegan for health. There's been a lot of studies that have come out showing that if you go on a whole food, plant-based diet, that it can reverse heart disease and diabetes and things like that. But that's actually more that people are going plant-based because they're not necessarily going to make the whole vegan lifestyle change where they're not consuming any byproducts or anything like that. Vegan food is more than a baked potato, it's more than a salad, it's more than a plate of fruit, that there are restaurants out there that are just doing incredible things and showcasing the versatility of the cuisine and doing a really good job. We are here at Tacotarian in Las Vegas, Nevada. They actually have 4 locations here in Las Vegas and they just opened one in San Diego. They are a plant-based Mexican eatery. They have the largest selection of tacos in the world, and they also have the world's biggest taco, which, no joke, is like the length of my forearm. There's an amazing spot in Las Vegas called Garden Grill that actually does a fried chicken bucket that's vegan, and it's phenomenal. There's a burger shop here called Underground Burgers, and those burgers are insane. You would never know that they're vegan. I created Vegan Dining Month 6 years ago, basically as an answer to Restaurant Week. I remember I was driving in Las Vegas and I saw a big billboard for Restaurant Week, and I looked up to see what restaurants had vegan options, and none of them did. And so it started in Las Vegas, and then we expanded to Portland and San Diego, and now this year it's Portland, Las Vegas, and New York City. Restaurants around the city have a vegan dish or a few vegan options, and then we pick a local charity, and so at the end of the month, a portion of the proceeds from those dishes sold will go to that local charity. Typically, it's an animal sanctuary. What I love the most about being vegan is that I wake up every morning knowing that I'm doing the least amount of harm and that I'm contributing to make the world a better place. It's so good.
I totally appreciated her breaking it down to understand how and why people become vegan. I remember when I had no clue what a vegan was, but that looks really awesome. She's doing great work out there.
Yes, see, you should join. I love being a vegan, and I'm glad that it's becoming more mainstream. I'm finding a lot more options out there. And what better way to learn more about being vegan than to follow Diana's eating adventures on her website, vegansbaby.com.
And you gotta love a lady who is creative and an amazing entrepreneur. I want to visit just to get new ideas and how to put yourself out there. Awesome stuff. Well, more and more people are realizing their impact that our daily lives have on the animals that we share our planet with. But sadly, we know pet shelters across the country are full. There are thousands of loving pets waiting for new families to find them.
I wish I could adopt them all, you guys. And while that wait might be too long for every pet in a shelter, older pets are far less likely to be adopted than young dogs and cats.
But right here in Rhode Island, where I am, there is one couple that has a mission to find senior dogs forever homes and give them all the love and care that they deserve while they wait. Let's take a look.
Vintage Pet Rescue is a retirement home for senior dogs and hospice dogs. And over the past few years, we've also expanded to special needs dogs. This all started with a little white dog named Rue McClanahan that we met at an adoption event in Los Angeles.
At the very end of the day, there was this really old 18-year-old little white girl, kind of somewhat similar to this dog, but much worse condition.
She was not adopted at the event, and Mark and I just did not want to see her go back to the shelter, so we decided to take her in temporarily.
We had her for over a year, and then when she passed away, we thought, well, let's take another one from a shelter in her memory.
And from there, it just kind of snowballed into what it is today. When we started this, I thought we would take in maybe 20 or 30 dogs a year to now doing about 200 adoptions a year.
We adopt out most of them, even if it's for a few weeks or a few years, and you can kind of get yourself mentally prepared for that, but they're so thankful. With helping animals, you help people, because I don't know what I would have done during the pandemic without animals. So don't just think of us as an animal rescue, think of us as a people rescue as well.
A typical day here is never really typical. The day consists of a lot of cleaning, obviously feeding the dogs.
We do have pretty routines. It's kind of blue hair, dinner time, 3 o'clock. But a lot of sleeping, a lot of napping, and we usually have a good set of volunteers that come in and pet or just give some of these guys attention. So those are usually the kind of standard day things we're doing. And we're posting a lot of fun videos and pictures online, of course. The online following is everything to Vintage Pet Rescue, frankly. Most of our money is raised from $5, $10, $20 constant donations from people.
I call us the Bernie Sanders of rescues because we're never out there asking for thousands of dollars from people. We're asking them to maybe skip their Dunkin' or their Starbucks for the day and just throw us $5.
That's how we find our volunteers. That's how we get our funding. Everything is online. So we have an old church that a previous owner converted into a home, but it's a church, so it's huge and it's kind of perfect to have animals here. We do live here as well, so it's tricky. Part of building up Vintage Pet Rescue is to celebrate old dogs. I always liked older dogs because I'm a terrible dog owner and I like them lazy. And so yes, sometimes you have medical, but that can happen with young dogs too.
If you are looking for a new dog and you're thinking you don't want a puppy, but maybe you want a 4-year-old, maybe consider the 8-year-old or the 10-year-old because they have a lot of life left and a lot of love to give.
What they are doing is nothing short of miraculous. They are angels. Everyone needs love. And these senior pets, oh, they've been through so much and they are very much deserving of love as well.
Absolutely. And did you know that there are pet rescues focused on senior pets all around the country? And if you're in New England, check in with Vintage Pet Rescue on their website or follow them on Instagram.
Or just to get cute cat updates and pet updates all day long. Yes, I am in for this. All right, coming up, stay with us because we're going to be talking about changing the world through music.
Welcome back to Main Street Living. I've been thinking, ladies, about my favorite teachers over the years. And I think my favorite was my 4th grade teacher because she was so sweet. And it might have also had something to do with, I think I was the teacher's pet.
That's always fun. You know, for many of us, those favorite teachers were the ones who taught the fun classes, art or sports or woodshop, music, the elective classes that you got to choose to take.
For sure. But just because they were fun doesn't mean they weren't important in a well-rounded education. Jennifer Peterson, for example, knows the lessons that her students learn in music and in theater will follow them for the rest of their lives. Take a look.
I'm Jennifer Peterson, and I'm the choir and theater teacher at Cabrillo High School in Lompoc, California.
Open your shutters, ye maids, and lads. Sound out, ye trumpets, be glad. Sound out, ye glad.
Having performed on this stage as a student my junior and senior year, and then coming back and being in charge of the program is kind of crazy. I feel a mission in a way that I need to come in and make this a place where people feel accepted and welcomed, and that they want to be here and they are wanted here, and make it a safe space for everybody who wants to come here. I feel very protective of it. I'm a mama bear sometimes. All right, fight it out. Ding, ding, hey, hey, ding, 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 hey, don, hey, ding, ding. All right, let's add one more. Ding, 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 hey, ding, ding, hey, ding. The performing arts is so much more than just being on a stage and creating a story for others. There's so many different things that kids are learning to deal with that are going to be important things for the rest of their life. If they go out in the workplace, they have to learn how to play well with others in the sandbox, and they have to learn how to work on a deadline, and they have to, you know, be able to manage their own part of a bigger project. But then they're also falling in love with the process of creating something from start to finish, and then starting something new the next time and following that process through. And it's a really beautiful kind of yin and yang of what they get out of the performing arts. All right, so let's start at the beginning. So soprano, altos are going to start it. Ready, and.
Hark the bells, sweet silver bells, all seem to say, throw cares away. Christmas is here, dong, cheer, ding, ding, dong, ding, ding, dong, is the sun, ding, dong.
Jen is super dynamic, super excited to be doing what she does. It's clear that she loves her work and that she loves the students at Cabrillo High School, and so she is passionate.
She's such a good manager and organizer of people, and she's so inspiring to her students. They all know what their role is. She helps them develop their own creativity, their own role. She helps them develop their characters, but most importantly, she gives them the freedom to do that. And each of them is so ingrained that I feel like she could step away from a production and nothing would change. Everything would still go as planned. The show would still go on.
Gaily ring while people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here.
I want them to love music and theater so that it is a part of their life for the rest of their lives. I'm not expecting to make mini-me's, although if I do, then excellent. But that's a huge goal, is just to make a bunch of people that love the arts, send them out into the world, and hopefully they'll make other people love the art as well.
For me, and I know that for a lot of other people, like expressing yourself through performing arts is like the way to do it, and it's my way, and I know a lot of other people that's their way too.
She makes it so fun for me to like be in this class, in this environment, and I love it so much. Like, she's always happy in class and everything. She lifts everyone's spirits up, so I love it so much.
Cabrillo High Conquistadors, we will always stand by you. Cabrillo High Conquistadors, we will be.
I'm in awe each and every day of the things that they have on their shoulders, that they still come and show up for me and have a smile on their face and sing with their hearts and bring me the positivity that maybe isn't reflected back in their own life from the people around them. These kids are just phenomenal, and I'm very lucky to be here every day with them.
Oh, teachers like her are so inspiring. It also makes me think of my theater teacher in high school. She's responsible for bringing me out of my shell. So lasting impacts there.
Teachers can do incredible things, finding things in their students that other people don't see. And you can find out more about Jennifer, as well as other teachers honored at this year's Salute to Teachers event on the Santa Barbara County Education Office website, sbceo.org/salute.
Next, sandcastle sculptures you have to see to believe.
Welcome back to Main Street Living. All right, today in Nebraska, it is snowy, it is cold. Cheryl and Valerie, dream with me here. What would you do in your perfect day on the beach?
Oh,
nothing.
Yeah, I just like to lay there, put my feet in the water, just soak up the warmth and listen to the sound of the waves. That's what
Same. Yes, just lay there. Exactly. And I will say, though, a lot of us, especially kids, can't help but build sandcastles and draw designs in the sand. I did that when I was a kid. It's like our inner artist would come out, even if that inner artist is not very talented.
The first annual Atlantis Rising International Sand Sculpture Competition was recently held here in Rhode Island for those with talent. And these creations are nothing short of remarkable. Take a look.
Greg Grady, and I am the organizer of the first Atlantis Rising International Sand Sculpting Competition at the Squamicut State Beach in Westlake. We have 10 world-class competitors from as far away as South Korea, the Netherlands, Italy, and Canada. They're all competing for over $40,000 in show-up and prize money.
So this is the first year in Rhode Island that we have this competition. We're very excited. It's one of the strongest competitions that I've been at.
It's been fantastic. This is definitely a top-notch, world-class competition. Incredible sand, incredible organization, incredible sculptors.
You got the best in the world right here. I've been competing for over 30 years in contests. This is the strongest field that I've ever seen in my 30 years of competition.
We have something for everyone here. Llamas, Aquaman for a photo op. We have craft vendors, more than 15 food trucks down here, wine and beer, live music. The Australian Bee Gees are playing tonight, which is over the top.
I did a piece I think the crowd will like it. It's called Illusional Pinocchio. And you can see him come to life, different views. And the crowd seems to be liking it.
So I'd like to hear a big round of applause for all these sculptors, if we could. We will start with third place winner, $4,000, Martine Ryerson, The Winds of Change. Second place, $5,000, Suzanne Rusler, Octofont of Atlantis.
I did some research about Atlantis and I found out that there used to be elephants living on Atlantis when it wasn't sunken under the water yet. And then I imagined if the elephant would be living underwater for many years and now they're rising, what they would look like. And that's what I made. I made like a mix between an elephant and an octopus, kind of a weird creature, very big.
And for your first annual International Sand Sculpting Festival winner, Melanage Beauregard from Hawaii, Sculpted Balance.
My piece is balance. The inspiration about it is how in life we are influenced. We have to find our balance between all this that trying to pull us or push us or support us also sometimes, but it's to find our balance.
The caliber that you have here is the best in the world,
truly.
It's a world-class event the first year, and it will continue that way if I know Greg.
This was the first year. It's just going to keep getting bigger and better.
I actually went and it was amazing. I took my 4-year-old, and to see these statues like towering over her, it was beautiful. I can't wait to see how it grows.
Love it.
I bet she loved that. They're so talented. I can never understand how they make this work. But you got to check that out next year if you missed it this year. And coming up next here on Main Street Living, check this out too, because we will meet an entrepreneur brightening her neighborhood. Welcome back. Here at Main Street Living, we love telling you about people who are making a difference. And fortunately, there are a lot of people out there working to make this world a better place.
And there are lots of ways to make a difference in your neighborhood. You could help a sick neighbor, volunteer, or even become an entrepreneur.
Great example, Sandy Barajas. She is focused on making her community better, brighter, and a little more fashionable. Take a look.
San Sandals is our local place to come. We carry a selection of dresses, hats, shoes. We initially started with shoes, and all of our items are made in Mexico. They're made by some of the best artisanos in Mexico, and they're all handmade. So we not only bring it to San Diego to share it with the community here, but we're also providing jobs for our neighbors in Mexico. So the story of San Sandals starts with me traveling into Mexico back in 2011. And I remember one of the first places that I visited as an adult was Jalisco. Jalisco was just beautiful. I mean, they have the most amazing artwork. And I remember going into these galleries and seeing these big frames of portraits with just the color and the shoes. And I remember buying my first pair of shoes down in Jalisco. That was the initiation of San Sandals. We started with the table, vending the shoes that I wore. And next thing I know is just, I started to have people request other shoes and different styles, and we took off from that. But I also wanted to bring something more enlightening and more modern into the community. And that's where I began to get involved with some of my shoe designs. So some of my shoes that we carry here are actually designed by me. I chose the colors, the patterns, the soles of the shoes. A lot of our items actually come from Oaxaca and Chiapas, which is, to me, one of the best embroidery that you can find over there. Everything was made by hand. It wasn't a factory of machines making your items. It was actually women embroidering your stuff, artesanos with their shoes, making your shoes there. And to me, that was just fascinating, and that's how I fell in love with it. So I grew up in Barrio Logan, and unfortunately, I was not a very good role model growing up. You know, I happened to get into the wrong crowd. So coming back to Barrio Logan years after, on a positive note, was very important to me, because I wanted to portray that you can be this bad, troubled teen, but you can also come back into this community and make an impact. Today, I just want to be able to be that positive voice in my community for the young girls and for my family, to see that there is always a tomorrow, that no matter what your past may be, no matter how ugly it was, you can always make it brighter. And we make it bright with our beautiful colors here at San Sandals.
I absolutely love it. I love buying something that has a little extra meaning behind it. You know, it came from someone's hands, their heart, just makes it extra special.
I agree. The handmade items are my favorite. And if you cannot make it into the San Sandals store in San Diego, you're in luck, because you can shop their colorful collections on their website, sandsandals.net.
All right, our tour of amazing places continues. Up next, we take you to what we believe might be the world's coolest museum. Welcome back. All right, you hear the word museum. What do you think of? Maybe a place that's educational, interesting, not necessarily the hippest place to hang out, maybe?
Dead things, right? Dead things.
Yes, that's so funny. But would it change your mind if we told you it was the Comic-Con Museum? Which takes the pop culture magic out of Comic-Con and makes it accessible all year long.
Cox Communications is helping fuel the imagination and creativity in some young museum visitors in the newly opened Cox Innovation Lab. Check this out.
So the Comic-Con Museum is a place where we extend the magic of Comic-Con to be available and accessible year-round for everyone. Right now, we have our main exhibit is Amazing Spider-Man, the exhibition, and it is fully immersive in terms of sound, interactivity. You really feel like you are in a comic book when you're in that exhibit. Anything that you see at Comic-Con, we want to have a process for teaching here at the museum. So the Cox Innovation Lab is made possible by a huge, generous donation from Cox Communications. And essentially the goal there is to undertake maker projects that need technology as part of the component of the project.
Okay, high five. So when we heard that Comic-Con was going to open up a museum in Balboa Park, we were just really excited. We know that fans that come to Comic-Con want to learn more about its history, and also, fans year-round want to come and visit San Diego, and a part of that being able to learn. So we had the opportunity to sponsor their Innovation Lab at $175,000, and this really fits in with our theme of innovation and education. So the opportunity to support this lab to teach STEM and STEAM to all of the students around San Diego County was a phenomenal opportunity in our eyes.
So we are having the STEAM Fair to encourage and give hands-on accessibility to kids about what we're doing with STEAM, science, technology, engineering, art, and math. I am hosting a table where we are working on building bridges. As a rocket scientist and an astronaut in training, one thing that's super important to me is strong structures.
I was building bridges and I was putting heavy weights on the bridge and it didn't fall.
You can add in different shapes and see how that works when we're adding the weight to see if it makes it stronger, or do the directions of the popsicle sticks matter. It allows me to teach a lot of the students about strong structures, talk about aerospace and how that relates and how we actually use this same idea in space. So in a way, you're building space products on Earth.
It's important because you build your brain and it helps to be more creative. And when you're more creative, then once you're older, you can probably build more creative and innovative things.
We like to invest in innovation and education, and to have all of these kids come here and learn about innovative ways to do STEAM activities is pretty fantastic.
All right, I am sold. Obviously, Cox is doing great things, but the Comic-Con aspect, I'm a Star Wars nerd, guys. My baby Yoda sculpture, my kid made for me. Anything sci-fi, I am there for it.
How cute is that? Where's the face?
I love it. I know, right?
Imagine it.
Okay, use your imagination. That's right. It's all about creativity and imagination.
That's right.
Love it. I love it.
And you can find out more about this very cool museum at comiccon.org/museum.
And straight ahead, there's more on Main Street Living.
Welcome back one last time to Main Street Living today, ladies. It was a wonderful show, Ladies Hour, as I call it.
Yeah.
Great.
All these good
Absolutely.
feeling things, awesome things people are doing around the country. Wow, it makes you feel so good.
It
does. We all have our special cause that we love to give back to, and we want to inspire others to find a cause as well.
And say, you want some inspiration. You want to check out what's going on everywhere. Watch us on the go. It's super easy. Just download the Cox Contour app, sign in, and then search for your view. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Absolutely. And we have new episodes of Main Street Living, 9 p.m. Mondays, local time. Check us out as we take another stroll down Main Street.